Noroi is one of those films that leaves you scratching your head, leaving you with more questions than answers. In this video, I will answer the most commonly asked questions about the lore of Noroi. Who is Kagutaba? Kagutaba is an interdimensional entity. Whether he is a demon or not, let us settle on calling him a demon, since the ritual performed by the Shimoka-gi villagers is called demon ritual. The name Kagutaba is derived from three kanji characters that mean disaster, tool, and spirit. It implies that he is a spirit tool used to cause disasters. The ancient villagers summoned Kagutaba for one purpose, to send him to an enemy and then curse that enemy with a deadly spell. In my opinion, that deadly spell caused the enemy to take his own life. That is Kagutaba's only role. To do this, the psychic medium had to be fed baby monkeys, which allowed Kagutaba to cross from his realm to ours. Once he was in our world, he could perform his work, which was to kill the enemies of the Shimoka-ge villagers. One day, Kagutaba disobeyed the shaman and committed evil deeds. These evil deeds are not mentioned in the film, but I have reasons to believe that Kagutaba killed innocent people. To be specific, I believe that Kagutaba cast a deadly spell on his victims, making them kill themselves. At that time, a powerful sorcerer performed another spell and confined Kagutaba underground. To prevent Kagutaba from rampaging again, they must perform a ritual regularly to pacify him, the same one we see in Mr. Tanimura's video. The priest must bow once, clap 4 times, and bow once again. The problem is that in 1978, the government built a dam. What happens if you build anything? You dig. I believe that this digging set Kagutaba loose. It is why in the last ritual performed in 1978, Junko Ishii got possessed, even if her father, the priest, performed the ritual properly. Kagutaba can only influence Junko Ishii's actions so much. He needs a body of his own, and this can only happen if the ancient ritual is performed. The ritual that involves baby monkeys, dead dogs, and a psychic medium that will eat the baby monkeys. Why are Hori, Marika, and Kana involved with the curse? All 3 of them are psychics. Because of their abilities, they can interact with unseen forces, including Kagutaba. From what we have seen, Kagutaba was seemingly reaching out to all 3 of them, probably wanting to turn them into allies. What Kagutaba wants is a psychic medium that will eat baby monkeys, so he once again can cross into our world. With Hori, Kagutaba manifested visions of ectoplasmic worms. With Kana, Kagutaba went as far as speaking to her, but Kana wouldn't tell her parents or anyone about any of these conversations. It was also Kagutaba that manifested itself in Kana's drawing. With Marika, Kagutaba made his presence known spiritually and through his voice. Why did Midori Osawa and the others die in the park? This is Kagutaba's doing. Keep in mind that in the past, he was summoned to cast a spell on the adversaries of the Shimoka-ge villagers. These adversaries, under Kagutaba's spell, died. It is the same spell Kagutaba cast on these innocent victims. He is out to kill for no reason. Why did Marika survive? Marika survived because she completed the ritual on a boat with Kobayashi. What are the baby sounds? The baby sounds that Miyajima captured are the souls of the aborted babies that Junko took home. Junko Ishii, the daughter of the priest, was possessed in 1978. Then, she worked in an abortion clinic. One of her jobs was to dispose of the embryos. Instead of doing that, she took them home and later used them to bring Kagutaba to life. Who did Kana draw? Kana drew an image of Kagutaba. Although she had not heard of this entity before, the powerful force had already begun seeping into her consciousness. Where did this water come from? I suspect that this water materialized from the dam. It is Kagutaba's way of manifesting itself in reality. Then, Kagutaba used the powers of Kana as a psychic medium to transfer something physically through extrasensory perception. Whose hair is in the beaker? These hair fibers came from the embryos that Junko was supposed to dispose of. They manifested through the psychic powers of Kana. What does Hori mean by ectoplasmic worms? An ectoplasm is a paranormal phenomenon where a person, functioning as a bridge between the other world and the real world, excretes a substance. This substance comes from spirits and it allows them to interact with the physical world. In Noroi, we see the ectoplasm in the dead tree that Marika and the Ungirls found on their ghost hunting trip. The ectoplasmic worms that Hori is ranting about can mean a few things. First, it is possible that he misinterpreted what he saw in his visions. After all, ectoplasm is an oozing substance, which can look like worms. Second, it may be related to the loops and circle drawings that we see many times in the movie. They look like intertwined worms. Lastly, the closest explanation is that these worms are the spirits of the aborted fetuses and embryos. How so? In one scene, Kobayashi asked Hori what these ectoplasmic worms are. Hori just says that these worms are everywhere, that they eat people, and they multiply. A bit later, Hori adds that the worms ate Kana. We know that up on the mountain, while chasing Hori, Kobayashi caught an apparition where dead babies were crawling up on Kana, seemingly devouring her, and they kind of look like ectoplasmic worms. What are these loops and these drawings? These loops and drawings seem to represent Kagutaba. When Kobayashi interviewed Hori for the first time, Miyajima's camera glitched and produced this image. In addition, here is what Kagutaba looks like from the ancient scroll. If you look closely, these loops look like faces. In my opinion, they represent how Kagutaba plans to dominate the world. It is how he wants us to know that he is coming to the physical world. And once he succeeds, he will spread his presence, wrath, and dominance over humankind. Who killed Hori? My take is that the boy, aka Kagutaba, killed Hori. Hori was last seen alive in Kobayashi's house. In this scene, Hori claims that the boy is Kagutaba and that he, the boy, killed Kana. He took the boy away, and I suspect that Hori planned to kill him. However, Kagutaba is stronger than Hori, despite having the body of a child. How Hori was found is also telling. It seems that Kagutaba is warning people that nothing can protect them. If you recall, Hori is covered and surrounded by aluminum foil because he believes that it will protect him. And where did they find his body? In an HVAC duct that is made with aluminum and steel. What is the significance of the pigeons? In many cultures, a bird hitting the window is a bad omen. Superstitious people also believe that birds gathering around your house can only mean one thing: death. Why did Kana die? Junko Ishii used Kana as a psychic medium. In ancient times, during the demon rituals, the sorcerers fed baby monkeys to a psychic medium. Doing so allowed Kagutaba to manifest into our realm, as depicted in this scroll. After the ritual, Kagutaba killed Kana. Not satisfied, he also cast a spell on Junko Ishii, which made her take her own life. Is this boy Kagutaba? Yes, this boy eventually became Kagutaba. At first, he was just a regular boy. However, after Junko Ishii successfully fed the babies to Kana, Kagutaba possessed the boy's body. How do we know this? Hori attacked the boy many times with a rock, yet the boy survived this and stood there like nothing happened. This kind of physical toughness can only come from the supernatural. In addition, Kobayashi's camera captured the change in the boy's face, which is enough proof that Kagutaba has taken over him. So far, these are the most commonly asked questions about the film. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, then I recommend you watch what's on your screen right now. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you next week.